We're coming up on the end of the year, so as is customary, the dictionary decides to add some new words and in some odd cases tends to re-update some of the old definitions. And today, the Cambridge Dictionary decides to change their definition of man and woman. Because why exactly? That was decided a long time ago, but no, we're a progressive society, so this is the way that we should be going forward into the future. Great, wonderful, fantastic. Cambridge Dictionary is being blasted by critics online. What? For revising the definition of man and woman. It's pretty simple, okay? The definition for a man is an adult human with an XY chromosome structure, and the definition of a woman would be an adult human with XX chromosomes. There you go. How about that? Simple, good, got it. But here we go. Man is and now includes the definition of an adult who lived and identifies as a male through they may. Oh my god, this is so much fucking commie nonsense. An adult who lives and identifies as a male, though they may have been said to have a different sex at birth. That right there is some of the dumbest shit I've ever had to read. And I'd imagine we can probably just flip reverse that for woman is just the most special human being ever, but whatever. Both definitions previously reflected the outdated views on sex, of course, which assume that sex and gender identity always adhered to one another. No, gender's a made-up construct by some fucking commie cocksucker in fucking Winnipeg, Dr. Moon or Money or whatever. It's the return video. I still have it pinned on my channel right there. That fucking monster. He made up that term in the 60s, for Christ's sakes. There was no such thing as gender before that, but just another thing you can chalk up to the sexual revolution where more people care about where their fucking junk goes than any, important characteristic about themselves. Anyways, the changes were quickly derided by, on the internet, with political commentator Steven Crowder tweeting, "Remember, if you can control the language, you can control the population." Oh, great. A much smarter man said that one time before, but, you co-opted it and didn't credit it from the original source. Isn't that, I know Stalin had the thing about whoever counts the votes wins the elections, but, whatever. Daily Caller writer Mary Rourke, all right, called the dictionary writers fucking traitors to the truth. My lady right there. Okay, I appreciate that one a little bit better. Cambridge Dictionary is only the latest. If we don't stop them from erasing women, our civilization is not going to make it, she claimed. Well, how about men too? How about that if it wasn't for pandering to the inclusive nature and the basic biological imperative for women to constantly organize societies in an egalitarian feels before reals type situation. Probably wouldn't be at this point in time, but you know what? Hey man, whatever. To each their own. If you want to prioritize you're erasing women, well, at the same time, not giving the same amount of energy to the men being erased, I see where you're going, but I'm not surprised. Dan McLaughlin, senior writer at National Review, reviewed the revision as dystopian as opposed to progressive. 1984 wasn't supposed to be a how-to manual. Holy fuck, did we get all the hacks out of the way? Because that's great. So Cambridge Dictionary doesn't appear to know what the definition of a man or a woman is concretely in any form or fashion. I wonder if they still have the definition of fired at the ready, because that's what we got for old Sam Brinton. I bet you were wondering how he's going to transition over to that. I just thought about that, and I guess he's going to have plenty more time to figure out how he's going to finish that transition to get that fucking, rat stash off of his lip and live his life as a strong, independent furry or a bitch. Like, which way? Maybe you could just incorporate the both. Because like I said during the SBF, which is kind of funny, I just made the connection here too. Okay, it was Sam Bankman-Fried to begin with, and then we got another creep in Sam Brinton. And the way that it's written here, Sam Brinton fired. You got the same. I'm just saying. There's got to be something to this. Okay. But yeah, like I was saying, okay, better late than never. This is something that, if it wasn't a part of the Biden administration, okay. Because I seem to remember when Biden first took office, he said, "Hey man, anybody working for my administration, we're going to have a zero tolerance policy from anybody who doesn't respect anybody, man." This motherfucker was accused of, on video, had the fucking receipts at the ready, of stealing other people's things. And it was placed on administrative leave. Huh, interesting. Zero tolerance policy. Unless, of course, it's a trans man, right, man? or girl, or ma'am. I don't know, ma'am. U.S. Department of Energy is now looking for a new nuclear waste disposal technician. Oh, reportedly fired the openly gender fluid Sam Brinton. Yeah. And puppy play enthusiast. Can't leave that one out. Yuck. Now, following 2 accusations of luggage theft at separate airports. In an email to the Daily Signal on Monday, a DOE spokesperson said that Sam Brinton is no longer an employee without further specifying Sam Brinton is no longer a DOE employee. Spokesperson said, by law, the Department of Energy cannot comment further on personnel matters. Yeah, that bitch fired, though. The reported firing comes after Sam Brinton received a felony charge last month for allegedly stealing a woman's luggage at Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport on September 16th. The theft reportedly occurred when the woman arriving from New Orleans went to baggage carousel only to find her navy blue Vera Bradley roller bag was missing, per Alpha News. Law enforcement at MSP International Airport were alerted to a missing suitcase at the baggage claim on September 16th. The adult female victim said she flew into MSP on a Delta flight from New Orleans and went to retrieve her checked bag at the Carousel 7. Reports confirmed the navy blue Vera Bradley roller bag arrived at 4:40 p.m. and then went missing because Sam Brinton decided to go shopping. Okay, it's funny. That's disturbing. Okay, but it's funny, right? Because I've seen a lot of commentary around this situation, and I think it's a funny gag. I don't necessarily know if it's true or not, but kept targeting females' luggage, okay, and maybe the kink, based on the amount of money that was alleged to have been inside of those bags, was taking the clothing, okay, and then wearing it in public. I don't know. I think somebody's reaching at straws there, but it is kind of a funny joke. But I don't think it's necessarily true or not. I just think that this dude's a total fucking spurg. And often the way that you do one thing is the way that you do everything. And if somebody's a degenerate in one realm, well, the fact that they're out there, shopping with a five-finger discount isn't that big of a surprise, really. Female victim who estimates the bag cost $2,325 confirmed to police that the navy blue bag that Brinton took in surveillance footage indeed belonged to her. Yeah, that's mine right there. Brinton later took an Uber to the Intercontinental St. Paul Riverfront Hotel, checked in with the blue bag, emptied it out into a dresser, I do believe, and then continued to use it, but also went about it by lying to the police by saying, I'd never do that. Oh my God, I just grabbed my own bag that I never checked on the plane to begin with. Kind of fucking funny, huh? But yes, lied to the police, okay, and then after all of this hubbub came out, and Las Vegas airport was like, hey, we kind of had an incident of missing luggage as well. Maybe we should run back some of those. Oh, yeah, no, right there. Caught on video. Sam Brinton stealing some luggage down there in Vegas. Last week, Brinton stood accused again of stealing another woman's luggage at an airport at the top of the previous accusation when investigators, with 8 News now revealed on Thursday that Brinton allegedly stole a woman's luggage at Harry Reid International Airport in Vegas. A felony warrant was issued. Felony warrant was issued for Brinton, the deputy assistant secretary, sources said. The charge is grand larceny with a value between $1,200 and $5,000. Likes to keep it, okay, in that mid-range, okay? A nice full bag right there. Not his. He's probably on a whole bunch of different hormones and is never quite full, but I'm just talking about luggage. Takes it, steals it, and then flaunts the felony in front of everybody's face by reusing the bag. Okay. According to Daily Mail, Brinton hosted a spanking seminar, oh my fucking God, at a kink conference weeks after the alleged incident under the nuclear nerd nickname that's still in use on fetish hookup sites. Great. And that was somebody who was screened and allowed to collect a 6-digit salary from the federal government. That's one of the best of us that's out there. Sure thing. Last Saturday, Sam Brinton, Deputy Assistant Secretary at the Office of Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition, who could be facing 5 years in prison, and now another 10 for the Las Vegas charge, presented a seminar titled Spanking from Calculus to Chemistry. the fuck does that have to do? Oh my god, if you just take a beaker and you slam it into your partner's ass, oh my god, you guys will come buckets. It's so great. Seminar was held at the Westin Bonaventure Hotel and Suites in Los Angeles. Of course, this could only happen in fucking Southern California. Where Brinton stayed on Friday and Saturday night. The event, titled LA Leather Getaway, I Want to Die, and sponsored by the Clog Corp, a national leather charity. Prior to his appointment to the Biden administration, Brinton openly opposed conversion therapy and taught kink 101 workshops on college campuses. According to the National Pulse, in one particular workshop, Brinton wore a dress while standing over three men in leather dog masks. This is real life, folks. Brinton called this pup play fetish in a 2016 Metro Weekly article. And now you have all the time on your hands that you could possibly want. Heavy emphasis on the pause, puns fully intended, because you ain't got no job anymore. And also, you're going to have a lot of fucking free time if you're going to be locked up behind bars, but I'm sure you're going to have a lot of future pups to stand on in the future, but I don't think you're going to be the top in those situations. Sucks to suck, I guess. Well, you better get sucking too if you don't know how to assert your dominance. You might know a thing or two about nuclear rods, but you're going to be an expert in rods by the time that shit's over. Enough jokes. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.